Luigi's Mansion 3 walkthrough. So we're going to be heading to floor 12, and if you notice we have just 4 floors left to complete, but I believe there are more than 4 videos left in this walkthrough. So that should kind of give you a hint of what we have to look forward to. And it looks like I did not cut out this elevator right. I guess it happens. So once this elevator is over with, we're going to take a look at what the Spectral Catch has to offer us. So we get to see some fish, and just by the name of it, you can probably guess it's going to be sea themed. And it looks like it is. We get a whole bunch of stuff that is related to ships. I mean, there's like a boat in the middle there. There was like a boat wheel up on top of the ceiling. But more importantly, on the way left side here, there's a boat and also a special outlet. And I think we've actually seen this outlet in a previous level if you've explored it after you completed it. So you may have seen it before, but there's still not a whole lot we can do with it yet. And once we wander around for a little bit, we're going to get a call from Egad, who will let us know what or how we're supposed to use it. Okay, maybe not quite yet. He's going to tell us to head on back to the lab, so we're going to hit start and then go to the lab. You can also just walk down there through the elevator if you want to. Doesn't really matter.
Luigi, oui. Oidoro. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Ejiji, sike-sike, suku-suku. Yabo-yabo, ho-ho-ho.
Wow.
Oidoro. Luigi. Oito, soka, sike-sike, jirepi. Todo.
And then through a shockingly high-quality animation, we learn that Toad is the worst person you could possibly hire to do a ghost job. And I don't really know what Egad was thinking, and he lost the item that Egad needs to power up Luigi's backpack, his Poltergoo. So we're going to head on over to the elevator, and now we have to go down to the basement, because that is where the Toad was, all the way down to the Boiler Works, so B2. And now that we're here again, we're gonna try to find Toad, but as usual, we've already cleared this place. The enemies are gonna respawn. That's not gonna stop them from respawning. And then we're gonna have to deal with a demented trash can once again. They just kind of love throwing these at you randomly, so, you know, pull them down, reveal them with the black light, and then suck up all the little wisps. And once that's done, we can walk on through the doorway. Luigi's happy that it's all bright again, even though we did that before. And if you kind of remember, Toad was in that sort of main circle area, and we're going to have to try to head there, but a lot of the ghosts are going to stop us first. So a toolbox is going to get put in the way, and then we're going to be able to hopefully get rid of the bucket from that ghost. You can usually do that by knocking another ghost into him, or just jumping. And then I think we're going to have to deal with that little skinny noodle ghost. Yep, we'll take that guy out too. And is that too early? No, it looks like we can do like Can we do 100 damage now with the hits? I don't actually know when the game decides you can do more damage with your hits. It just kind of feels random because nothing really tells you. So you might, it looks like I can do more than 80 damage though, because that other ghost I got pretty quick. But that one just took me a while to suck up, so I don't know, maybe we can actually do 5 hits of damage now. Interesting. I should probably know that because this is supposed to be a walkthrough, so I'm supposed to pretend I know what I'm doing, but we'll just keep moving along. So once we get into this room, we'll head into this bottom door, and there's going to be a couple of pipes, so that's going to be the answer for Luigi. And we're just going to go into the pipe on the right side. If we want to, we can grab this golden spider. I don't think there's anything else down there though, so we're going to head on back up here, and we can just teleport on up instead of going through the pipe again. Then when we go into the left pipe, that should warp us all the way into the room with water that is spraying outside of another pipe. So we're just going to use Luigi on the right side to close off the valve. And then there's going to be that cardboard box that keeps fidgeting. And once I collect some of the money, we can go jump at the box, and there is Toad. So Toad's going to be all happy for us, and he's going to be happy to see us. And then we're going to learn a new ability that we're going to get to use as long as we have Toad with us. And that's that we can suck Toad up with the vacuum and then throw him around. And since he seems to be made entirely of marshmallows, it doesn't hurt him at all to just toss him as hard as you can into the solid metal walls that surround us. And he's going to be following us pretty much throughout the rest of the level now. We have to get him out. We also have to actually, yeah, there we go. We have to find the part. So the part's going to be on the right side, and if we remember doing this before, we have to move that fan that shows up in the middle, but for some reason right now it's disappeared, so we just have to step on the buttons to bring it back. And then once we move the fan over, we can get the platform in the right direction, but we need to actually be on the platform first, one of us anyway, so I kind of messed this step up a little bit, and you can't actually walk onto the platform from the front there. So in a second here I will remind myself that what I need to do to get the platform moved over. And we can also lower that fan, not the fan, the ladder down by chucking Toad into it, so try to do that. But anyway, here we go. Now this is the correct step we're supposed to do, and I don't know why I got so many cuts there, so it seems like I messed up a few times. Anyway, we do need to bring Toad with us, and we're going to just move Luigi or Luigi over there, and then we're going to move the platform over to the right side, finally. And then we can bring Toad over and use him to break that bar that's in the way, and then we can pick up the item. And Luigi, I think, has the item right now, and Toad decided to try to commit Toadicide, I guess. And he's back on over with Luigi there. So since Luigi has it, we need Luigi to have it, which means they need to be close together. I think if he teleported back over with Luigi that he would drop the item where he stood. So try not to do that. And that goes away. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. Anyway, now we need to head on back to the elevator, and if we try to go back through the main doorway that we entered in, there's a giant ghost sleeping and blocking the way. And now we gotta figure out how to get out. Well, we kinda know how to get out, but we're gonna have to go the long way. So yes, this level is gonna make us pretty much repeat itself. And Toad at least is gonna give us access to a minor shortcut. And that's gonna bring us into that little coffee room, or I don't know, observation room, but we're just gonna move past that and then climb down the ladder in this next room. And we don't have to deal with the water. Most of that is still drained, thankfully, but we are going to have to deal with just the rest of the level in general. And that is, of course, going to mean more ghosts. Now, some of these ghosts can hurt Toad, and they can take him away from you. I don't think they take him very far, though. So just try to make sure that they don't actually get Toad. I don't really think anything catastrophic happens if they get a hold of him, but it's just kind of annoying if you have to deal with it. Well, maybe we'll see that. I can't remember if one of them captured Toad, because I don't actually remember what happens. So maybe we'll see it in this video a little bit later. Guess we'll find out. And then the blocks on the left side, I think we can bust open by throwing Toad into them. If not, then we'll do that a little bit later. And if you could break those blocks with Toad, then I skipped it because it was not required to complete the level. And once we move a little bit further through the sewage system here, we're just gonna run into more little ghosts. They're gonna just pour out of those pipes. And they're really easy, just shock them all up and then suck them up. That time Toad got in the way, so that was lovely. Man, I hate Toad. And once these guys decide to stop spawning, do they even stop spawning? No, they must. Then we can move on. And we probably could have just moved on from here. Yeah, there we go. We probably just could have moved on. But Toad does like to cry and run away in a million circles when there's ghosts around, so maybe it would have been... Maybe it's not possible to move on there. I don't I don't really remember all the nuances of Toad here. So that time Toad did get captured, and again, I don't know how far away the ghost will actually take him, but if we just kind of jump where Toad is, then he'll drop Toad, and I'm just going to try to worry about the ghost a little bit later, so that spike wall is going to fall down, so it looks like I am going to have to worry about the ghost now. And the ghost went away, so never mind, we'll just keep moving over. And then we can drop on down to this part, and if you do remember, we couldn't actually do much about those brick walls before, but I'm pretty sure we can throw Toad into them, so maybe not. I guess we'll find out after we have to fight yet another wave of ghosts, and of course they just have to be these really annoying guys that scare you and then back up into the wall where you can't suck them up. And then you just have to wait for them to show up again. So I think just they bug me because they get away from me way too fast, it feels like. But they also just take forever to actually attack you, you know. It's like the one thing in games that's really frustrating to me always, universally for any game, or when the enemies, they either run away from you or they back up, like when you're approaching them and they start walking backwards and they walk backwards faster than you're sprinting, you know. That sort of thing drives me crazy. And that's kind of what these ghosts do, is that they back up away from you and they take forever to attack you. It's just like, come on, fight me, that's what you're here for, right? So finally he picked up Ghost, and the flashlight was close enough that I could actually flash him. Make sure to get them low enough so you don't have to deal with them again, and then we're good to go. So let's just see. Yes, we can chuck the Toads into those kind of those white brick walls, and there's just going to be a chest with some money in it there. I have a lot of money, not really anything to spend it on in this game though. So I'm not really too focused on that. And then once we walk into this sewer system on the left side, there's just money up on top if we throw Toad up there. But we're going to open up the wall on the left here, and we're going to have to get a valve soon. So there's a door we need to open up, and we need the door handle. I guess it's not really a valve, but we're going to need that big circular door handle that also is something you would see on a valve of a pipe. And it'll be up above us. First, I'm just gonna go through the prison door cells, those iron bars there with Luigi, and then we'll come on back out, and we're going to try to ricochet Toad up to the top. It may take you a few tries, and he should pick up that handle pretty quickly. Sometimes he'll go up there and not pick it up, but he should pick it up on his own. And then we'll need him to drop it so we can pick it up ourselves and put it on the door. And then we should be able to spin the door with the vacuum to open it up. And now we can step on through this giant vault door that's just randomly underneath the, what's this place called? The hotel? Not really anything down here, I don't think. That's super important. But now we do get to finally see some rooms that we haven't seen before because they were locked off. And it's just a couple more little puzzle rooms, nothing too serious. There's spiders, of course, a little bit more spinning platforms. And we're going to need to get onto the walkway that is to the closest part of the screen. And to do that, we're going to head on back down, or not back down, but we're just going to head on down the ladder here. And I think I was trying to see if there was an invisible platform there, and I think there is, but I couldn't reach it from there. Anyway, there's going to be another wall that we can blow up, and you'll also notice there's some paint that's in the left side there, and if you pick up the paint and start painting the wall, you should be able to reveal a gem ghost, and I'll have that in a separate video, of course, but if you just wanted to do that while you're here, then you can. And we're gonna use Toad to try to get up on top of there. Yeah, we'll throw him on top so we can activate that button. Kind of reminds me of a Lego game doing that. And then we can activate this fan. And the fan is going to start spinning the platform for us, so we're just going to need to turn it to where we can walk from that ladder onto the square platform closer to the screen, just like that. And now we can climb up on top of it. So down here, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a hidden... Yes, there is. There's a hidden walkway if we want to get to that chest. So just reveal it, pick up the wisps. And I think there's only money inside of here because that's pretty much the only thing that's ever inside of these. Sometimes there's gems, but not too often. And then we can head on through the doorway. Okay, so this is looking a little bit more recognizable. We did this when we started the boiler work, so we're getting closer. So if we come on here, we can actually walk to the right side and get all that money that we may have seen earlier. Toad just loves getting in the way, though, I tell ya. And then we can open up the door on the left side here, and this is how we're pretty much going to get back up to the top. So when we start trying to reveal some of the missing pipes, we can reveal one there, and I don't know if anything comes from that other than just some money. We may have to use that later, though. I guess we'll find out in a second. We can also lower this ladder down with Toad, and that should pretty much just give us straight access to the elevator. I think the only other stuff down here is going to be collectibles that we'll get later, so we're not going to worry about it right now. And once we head back into the elevator, we're just going to go back to Egad. But we just can't have nice things yet, so the elevator's going to be a little finicky. It's going to make some loud noises, fall to the ground, and then we're going to be attacked by ghosts. And of course it has to be these really annoying ghosts. I don't really know why they were so obsessed with them in this level, but hey, that's just how it is. And once we take these guys out, yep, there's a second one. So that went a little bit smoother than earlier. I don't know why I struggle with these guys so much. There's probably some super easy trick to dealing with them, but you know what, whatever. We're almost done with the game. We're not going to see too many more of them. Okay, so once that's clear, now we can go back to the elevator. And then we're going to head on to basement 1, where Egad is. And we'll return Toad to Egad and get our power up.
Oh, yes.
Luigi, oui.
Uh-huh. Whoa!
Noji bigagi. Oui.
Huh?
Luigi, Keiru Ejiji, Odo. Oyama, Luigi, Sike Sike. Ororo, oui.
Yeah. Whoa. Ho ho ho! Yeah.
Geru, Suku Suku, Sike Sike. Suku Suku, oui. Sousu san, Same no tachi. Yabo yabo, ho ho ho.
Huh?
Oya, Oyama, hey hey, oui.
Uh-huh.
차차차차차